What's up, people? I'm Captain Syndrome, the hard rock retro superhero. How you doing? Well, I'm back. This is my third video, and today I'm gonna review something to you. Something that I started to watch when I was about 16, maybe 17 years. Of course, it was about 4 or 5 years too late for the show to understand it. But of course, we live in Sweden, so who can blame anyone? What I'm gonna talk about today is Smallville. I mean, look at this baby. It's a fucking awesome thing to see right here. I mean, Clark Kent strapped up as a scarecrow, but it's his Super S. That's fucking awesome. But on the other hand, what we're gonna talk about today is the differences. I mean, this Superman and the Superman today. Well, for starters, this is not Superman. It's Superboy, but he doesn't use Superboy. He has to use, "Hi, I'm Clark Kent. What's up? How you doing? I have a lot of awesome powers." But you know, there's something wrong here just from the beginning. I mean, this guy is developing his powers. I mean, he's getting his powers stagely. Like, this guy doesn't even fly until like the 4th season. Well, that's Kal-El, but it is Clark. I mean, never mind. We'll take it off from the beginning. Anyway, Clark is a guy, a teenager, 16-year-old that goes into high school. And he has friends. He has a girlfriend, not girlfriend. She's just a girl that happens to be his friend, known as Chloe, and she loves news. Apparently, she has on something known as the Daily Torch. And the other best friend he has is known as Pete Ross. They've been friends like since they were about this small, and they just get taller, and yeah, whatever. And of course, there's a bunch of other things going on, and the whole pilot starts off with that he meets Lex. Well, young Lex, teenage Lex, or maybe he's 20. I mean, I really don't know how old Lex is, because I don't even think you find out in this thing. But anyway, he runs over Clark, and they fall off a bridge, and he gets suspicious. What the hell happened? And there's a lot of speculation about this. I mean, the whole season 1, he's thinking about that only. Well, until the episode Leash, when he finds out that Clark can be wounded. But that's only because Clark didn't have his powers, because they were transferred from him through kryptonite to another guy known as Eric. But if you want to look into that, just go ahead. Now, let's go on with the differences. First on the list is the friendship of Lex. From what I know, there really isn't any friendship between him and and Clark. Well, in the cartoon series, there was a time when they were friends, and in the comics as well. You know, this is very complicated because there are a lot of stories, so I'm going to try to make it easy. So, in the Superboy series from, I don't know, it was early, even before the 70s, I think. It was a cartoon series. He met Lex, then Lex saved him after being exposed to kryptonite. And to thank him, he built a lab for him, because Lex was kind of brilliant-minded. And to thank Superboy, he created an anti-kryptonite serum, which would completely cure him from all kryptonite. And that's kind of weird, because if he's a Kryptonian, wouldn't that mean that he would be cured from his powers as well? Wouldn't that be like drinking gold kryptonite? But I really don't know all that science stuff, but anyway. And then there's a little different thing here, because he comes up with this, then he accidentally starts a fire or an explosion in the lab. As Superboy shows up, blows out the fire with his super breath, then causes Lex's hair to permanently fall off. He becomes bald. And Lex becomes paranoid, takes the serum away from him, and then they become arch enemies. But of course, there's a lot of reasons to why he wanna kill him. The one reason is because he made him bald. Well, he thinks it's because of Superboy's super breath that blew all the chemicals through his hair. It was the same thing in the Superboy series from '89. But I really don't know what Lex was doing in that lab, because I haven't seen the actual episode. I mean, the full episode, just a clip on YouTube. But it was the same thing there, and he blames Superboy for all of it, and yeah, let's go on with that. But of course, in the Superman movie, he's just angry because Superman it gets in his way, and he wants him out of there because he is interfering with his business, which is crime stuff. So they were friends, but for a very short time. Then they became enemies. If you're gonna go by the actual story, because I don't think this is a spin-off or anything like that. That's just what happens. So let's go to the next point. Kryptonite. You know, there's a lot of different kryptonites. Green, of course, we all know about that. It kills Superman. And there's red that does anything. But in this one, in Smallville, it makes him the bad guy. He becomes evil. That's kind of cool to see an evil Superman. Because this guy really becomes bad. And like he becomes, oh, I'm the bad boy, I'm driving a motorcycle. So that's kind of awesome. And of course, there's two more, which have never been introduced before, except for this series. Black and Silver Kryptonite. Black, Silver. Awesome. Black Kryptonite apparently splits a personality. You know, you become a good guy and a bad guy. So you become two people that's good and bad. So, okay with that. But apparently it doesn't only affect Kryptonians, it also affects human beings. Because if you watch the Onyx episode in Season 4, you will also realize that Lex is being split. But that's only because green Kryptonite was superheated and turned into black Kryptonite. So that's kind of a cool thing. Now, let's go with Silver Kryptonite. I think that Brainiac sent it to him to do a test or something, because I haven't seen so much of it with Smallville. The thing is, I want to see Smallville, but it's really hard, because I live in Sweden and it's pretty hard to find stuff here. So, I'm gonna go on with just saying that I think he gave it to Clark. Then he scratched himself, and he became paranoid. And started to think a bunch of things that never even happened. That's kind of a weird thing. Yeah, weird stuff. You know, be paranoid of just scratching on Silver Kryptonite. That's kind of ugh. But anyway, that was all the Kryptonite. And then, what's next on the list? Well, that's right. The time for Superman.